A short how-to on fitting blinds, roller blinds in particular. The easy way, essentially, because a lot of people just they don't make it very thorough, and they kind of glaze over the measurements a bit. So I'll just talk you through it briefly. So first you need to measure the recess. Let me go in this room. The place is a bit of a tip as I've just moved in. First, if you want them inset like these, as opposed to hanging down here, first you need to measure this distance between there and there. So remember that measurement, whatever it may be. So then you need to obviously order a blind which is wider than that measurement. It doesn't matter by how much it's wider by, as long as it's wider, because you are going to have to trim it. Next, you need to put the mounts in the kind of window alcove. So I'll show you how to do that the easy way. If you want to do them in the recess like this, which I think looks better, you might think that you have to drill into the lintel up here, which is either going to be concrete or steel, both of which are a massive ball ache to do. But if you look at this one, it's mounted like that. So you can just drill into this section here, which is going to be a lot softer. Now, the mounts you get with the kit look like this. And you might think, oh, I can't actually mount it that way, but you can. If you see these little indentations here, you can drill into them, as I've just done here, look. And that will allow you to side mount it into the recess. And you might think, oh yeah, but you won't be able to get the blind down again. You can. You just pop this out. So up there, I've already taken that one down to measure it. Because all the windows are pretty much the same size in this house. So I just use it as a reference point. But if you imagine this is up on the wall like that, literally all you do is get a flathead screwdriver above it and just push down a little bit like that. Then you can grab it with your fingers and the blind will come straight out. So you can remove the blinds just fine if you mount it this way. If nothing else, it's going to be significantly easier to drill it so it sits flush into the recess, because if you're trying to do it up into the lintel, it's almost impossible to get it right to the edge, because obviously the chuck is in the way and the rest of the drill body. So you have to go kind of diagonally like that, which is just not going to be a very good fixing, and then the mount is going to sit kind of diagonally. Also, the chuck itself will happily rub itself into your paintwork, requiring more work. So yeah, just drill a couple of holes and you're good to go. And there you go. That literally took like 30 seconds to drill the holes, tap a couple of raw plugs in. I'm using the included ones because I don't want to waste a Duo Power or Duo Core, the Fisher one. So I don't want to waste them on this because it's such a lightweight blind, but that is solid and not going anywhere. Just make sure you measure this area so it's the same on both sides, obviously. For that, I just jammed this wooden straight edge thing, this part up into the corner, and rested this against it. And I'll do the same on the other side so it matches up. The hard part is cutting the blinds so they don't look all jagged and awful. So use a Stanley blade for that. But yeah, small little hack, and it saves all the ball ache of trying to drill into steel, which you're going to find on a new build, which takes ages, and it will probably just blunt your drill bit. So, cheers. A lot of people get very confused / hung up on taking the measurements so you know exactly how much to cut off the blind material. So here's the foolproof method. First, mount your mounts, as I've done. Next, get some masking tape and just stick on these pieces, because these are the pieces which slide into the blind pole. Then take a measurement from this flat surface here, because that's what the pole is going to sit up against, all the way over to this flat surface here. Then you know exactly to the millimetre how much to cut this down by, and likewise for the blind material. Now, potentially, if this pole and the blind material is exactly the same width, over time and extended use, you might start to get slightly frayed edges on the blind material because there's practically zero clearance between the material edge and this mounting thing here. So if you want, minus off like 1/2 centimetre, maybe 1/2 centimetre either side, and then you're going to have a gap like that big on each side, so the material itself won't touch anything. It will just freely glide up and down the window recess, essentially. So that's basically it. Since I'm doing it now, I might as well just throw this into the video. One of the tips I'd recommend is, some tutorials tell you to mark up the amount you need to cut off like every few centimeters or whatever. I wouldn't recommend that because you're introducing more opportunity to get it wrong. So in my case, I need to take off 5.5 centimeters off the blind itself. So literally, this is the longest straight edge I've got, which is 1 meter. And I'm doing it on a bit of hardboard here, so to protect the carpet and also to make sure a clean cut. So I can't measure longer than that, if you get what I mean. So just take one measurement at the bottom, mark it, make sure it's accurate. I use that for it, which is ideal. Another one way up at the top, and then just line your straight edge up to those 2 markings, make sure it's dead on, and draw a line straight down. Then you know that entire line is going to be completely accurate. That's just what I would recommend anyway. Don't think I had another tip if you're still unsure actually about the width of the blind material itself. First, I would just cut the pole to size, which, as I said, you'll know based on the measurements you took from the 2 mounts. So if you cut the pole down to the exact size, which I've already done with a hacksaw, you can even just rest the pole up onto the material, and that will just further reassure you that you know exactly how much to cut off the material. Another thing to note is these the range blinds in particular, they come in a package like that, advertised as 120 centimeters width, but that's for the entire setup including the mounts. Okay, so the actual material itself in my case is only, I think it was 117 centimeters wide, because you do have to account for the mounts. So don't just assume this is, for example, 120 centimeters, because then you'll end up cutting off way more than you're supposed to, because the material isn't 120 centimeters, it's always going to be less. Hopefully that makes sense. Even this plastic pole here, which slots into the bottom of the blind, even that isn't the same width as the material, weirdly. So you really do have to measure everything the kit comes with and just do some pretty simple maths. And as I said, if you don't have a hard surface that you don't want to get scratched, you will have to probably use scissors, I suppose, in which case it's not going to be quite as accurate. It's just something you have to live with. I would just recommend buying some really high-end fabric scissors and just do the best you can. In my case, I can just line this up with a brand new Stanley blade, slice all the way down, and it's going to carve up the MDF underneath, but I don't need it. So yeah, hope this helps. It's a much easier, straightforward way of doing it. I've seen a few professional videos out there which are just downright wrong. I forgot the guy's name. Is a British guy, an older guy who I do watch quite a bit, but he got it wrong. He basically tells you to measure the alcove width, which you do need to do, and then just minus that width off the blind package width, which would be 120 in my case, and then just cut off that difference. And that's wrong. If you do that, the blind material will be way narrower than it should be, and it will let in a bunch of light. So you should have clarified that, in my opinion. I can't remember the bloody guy's channel name, but is a really popular British YouTuber for DIY and stuff. But yeah, hope this clears things up and it isn't too confusing. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this down. This is going in the kitchen, and I might as well tack on the final product once it's all done. Cheers. And there we go. Sorted, and you should be able to see the locking tab piece, whatever, easy to get in there. So I definitely recommend mounting the mounts in that way. Just some final things to do. If you have kids, or even if you don't, I guess you should really install this little hook thing, which is like a child safety catch. You can see there's already one there, so because there was a blind from pretty much the same brand that was on here before anyway. And it also makes it just easier to get the cord without it flapping around everywhere. So once you've put it up, I'd recommend just running it all the way down and chopping off any frayed bits that might be on the side that you cut from, because even with the Stanley, with the brand new blade, you might still get some frayed areas. And just some final tips. I get that it's very difficult to get super precise measurements down to the millimeter when you're dealing with a long pole like this, and particularly the full length of the blind material. So if you're a little bit unsure on the measurements, I'd always recommend cutting maybe like 2 to 3 mil bigger than what you think it should be, because you can always cut off more material, but if you cut it too short, you're screwed. Like, you can't add material back to it again. In fact, I just had to do that myself. I offered the pole up and it did fit, but it was very tight, and that's put in a lot of strain on the mechanism, not to mention the roll plugs. So we took it off again and then just cut off another 3 mil off the metal pipe, and then it just slotted in nice, like not too tight, not too loose, and the mechanism is working really well. So yeah, hope this helps. I consider it a foolproof method and pretty clearly explained. So yeah, cheers.